radioactive sharks, heart attack inducing jellyfish, volcanic explosions, and much more on the 11 most dangerous beaches in the world. Number 11. The Fraser Island beaches are beautiful and attract tons of tourists to their sand dunes and beautiful blue waters. However, there are quite a few things you should be on the lookout before starting your vacation here. Out of the water, beware of dingo attacks, attacking you and the food you bring. They're very clever wild animals and often aggressive. Do not treat them like domesticated dogs. There have also been reported crocodile sightings, so don't walk around alone at night, or at all. Maybe you just want to join in on the fun activity of running down the sand dunes and landing in that amazing blue water. But here also, you could end up with minor injuries like scrapes and bruises, or a major injury, like becoming a quadriplegic from smashing into the shallow waters that people rarely assume are at the bottom of the dune. Okay, forget all those, let's just go for a nice relaxing swim instead. Even here you're not safe, because you might encounter riptides that pull you out into the scary ocean, which contains great white sharks, bull sharks, and tiger sharks roaming the waters. Not only that, but there are a few types of dangerous jellyfish in the water, and even recently this year, there have been 9 people who have reported symptoms of being stung by the Irukandu jelly. Their symptoms include severe nausea, vomiting, and intense pain that spreads from the back up the neck. If you are thinking after all this that maybe you could just skip the beach and enjoy the other parts of the island, there is a saying that states, "For every square meter of land, there is said to be a venomous spider." Have fun on Fraser Island. Number 10. Shenzhen is an extremely popular beach to visit in China. Jam-packed with people, literally, packed like sardines on the beach. This overcrowding is pretty dangerous alone. Drownings, especially ones involving children ages 1 to 14, are all too common. It's actually the leading cause of death there. With accidents like drownings on the rise, so is the amount of litter that gets left behind. Not only is it dangerous to leave litter on the beach because someone might step on something sharp, but when that litter gets into the ocean, it harms everything around it. Sea life gets caught up in it, swallows it, or it just plain pollutes the ocean. Number 9. Beaches in Queensland, Australia were closed briefly earlier this year because of the deadly box jellyfish. The box jellyfish is said to contain one of the most powerful toxins known to man. A sting from one of these jellyfish can easily kill a person. The toxins attack your nervous system, skin cells, and even the heart. Some people die from a heart attack before they can even reach the shore. If you're lucky enough to survive their sting, you could still have pain for weeks to come and severe scarring. By the way, the area also contains crocodiles. Despite all this, people don't let all the dangerous wildlife scare them away. It really has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Number 8. Lightning is usually the last thing people tell you to be careful of when you go to the beach. Florida, the Sunshine State and home of Clearwater Beach, is regarded as the lightning capital of the US. A recent story from the summer of 2016 tells about 2 teenagers from North Carolina running down this beach who, by their surprise and horror, were struck by lightning. The incident left one boy without a pulse and the other in a state of shock. The teen boy was able to regain a heartbeat but was still in critical condition, while the other was practically fine after the incident. They were both very lucky. On the days where it's bright and sunny without a storm brewing, this seems like a wonderful place to visit. The odds of getting struck by lightning are 1 in 700,000. Are you willing to take this chance? Number 7. Huge events are held at the Chowpatty Beach in India. You can watch fire dancers, monkeys dancing on the beach, and snake tamers. But it has an alarming effect on the beach overall. Well, the monkeys don't have this effect on the beach. The tourists and even the locals littering does. It seems like Chowpatty is in a constant state of disarray, covered in heaps of garbage. Only briefly before events can the beach be seen in a more presentable state, only to be wrecked again and again after an event is finished. It's considered to be one of the most polluted beaches in the world. In 2011, a vessel carrying 60,000 metric tons of coal spilled out into the water, polluting the surrounding water even more. So, while you can enjoy the festivals and carnivals happening here, you're going to want to avoid swimming in the waters, and some might even say to avoid the street food in this area because of the unhygienic state of things. You might end up with a few illnesses, but you'll probably have a great time. Number 6. After over 10 years of nuclear testing, the radiation on Bikini Atoll on the US Marshall Islands is still way too high to be considered hospitable. Recently, more studies were done to determine if they were safe for people to start returning to. While one area scored a 7.6 and another 20, which are ratings that are considered to be within the acceptable zone, Bikini Atoll still showcased a whopping 185. The hydrogen bomb was tested on March 1st, 1954, which led to massive radioactive fallout. Now, fishermen avoid the area because of the radiation, which led to shark population growth. If radioactive sharks are a possibility, it sounds like we should definitely stay away. The Discovery Channel was calling these sharks nuclear. Sounds welcoming. Maybe it'll even give Sharknado a run for its money. Number 5. Every year, Kilauea volcano in Hawaii attracts around 2 million people from around the world, where they can get a view of the lazy lava rivers, blackened sand, and one of the world's most active volcanoes. When the lava hits the water, it starts to cool and emits an acidic white cloud that's extremely dangerous to breathe in. Not only that, but lava dropping into the water sometimes results in explosions. Now researchers have captured images of the volcano pouring lava off the side of a cliff more than ever before. It's like a giant lava hose. Visitors to the area that hope for a glimpse of lava often put themselves at a higher risk of danger when they dismiss the roped-off sections of the area that are there to protect them from an unpredictable and deadly volcano. Kilauea has been repeatedly erupting since 1983, but tourism directed towards volcanic destinations is increasing every year. Number 4. Another popular vacation spot is the Playa Zipolite beach in Mexico, that is said to be translated from the Zapotec language as the Beach of the Dead. Sounds like a blast. The main reason for this beach being unsafe is the underwater currents that claim the lives of many unsuspecting people swimming or surfing the insane waves. This has become such a big issue that volunteer lifeguards were recruited to keep people safe. Between 2007 and 2009, over 180 rescues were performed just in those 2 years. The best way to escape these currents are to swim to the left or the right of the current, not directly against it trying to get back to shore. So keep an eye out before running straight towards the water. It could save your life to be a little more cautious. Number 3. Again and again, this beach has failed water quality standards. Studies have reflected that the safest beach in England is one of the worst beaches in Europe. The locals, however, fought back against a ruling that stated it would be removed from the list of bathing beaches, saying that their families regularly enjoy the beach for swimming and paddleboarding. Even with the community's support, that doesn't change the fact that the waters could cause serious health conditions. To name a few, typhoid fever, hepatitis A, meningitis, E. coli, and many more. Any beach containing the risk of getting these diseases should be avoided at all costs. No one wants to be swimming in feces, it's more of a dirty lake, really. Number 2. The North Sentinel Island in India is a mysterious island inhabited by extremely aggressive natives from the Sentinelese tribe. No outsiders have been able to get onto the island since the late 1900s. Anyone who attempted to get close has been pelted with a shower of arrows. So little is known about them that the population is estimated to be anywhere from 40 to 400 individuals. In 2006, 2 unfortunate Indian fishermen were carried too close to the shore of the island and were shot by arrows, resulting in the loss of both of their lives. Their bodies were never recovered. Even helicopters that pass over are shot at with arrows and rocks. The tribes really do not want anyone coming close to their territory. It does make sense because they probably have zero immunity to our modern diseases. We should just let them live in peace. And now the #1 entry, but first, do you have any crazy beach stories? What's the wildest or worst beach that you've ever visited? Let us know in the comments below. Number 1. The Sulu and Mindanao beaches in the Philippines are becoming so dangerous that the US government and other Western agencies have issued a warning to all of their citizens to avoid these areas at all costs. There are continued threats and kidnappings that target foreigners and elites by a group whose name translates to the bearer of the sword. 13 kidnappings have happened since January 2006. These actions result in the group asking for ransom, which fuels them, giving them the money they need to continue. As a result, tourist traffic is way down, and many people who have homes in the area have not returned to them. Resorts in the area require their guests to sign waivers before leaving the grounds, and it's heavily guarded with security and police patrols as well. This is already, by far, one of the most dangerous beaches in the world, and we haven't even mentioned yet that it's home to some of the deadliest animals, like the blue-ringed octopus, the box jellyfish, giant crocodiles, centipedes, stonefish, and many other deadly creatures. Thank you for watching Down the Rabbit Hole. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more unbelievable videos. Leave your comments and suggestions in the comments below. We always love to hear from our viewers.